Did you watch the Marlon Wayans special?
Yeah, I watched Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, it's interesting how they almost use some of the same jokes because they both talked about that situation. Right. I mean, in fact, Marlon's whole thing was basically about that.
Right.
And I guess Marlon had a history of Chris Rock fucking with him.
Well, maybe he has. I mean, I have my own version of how I tell him a joke if I would have, if he'd have came up on me, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's for the show. But I mean, okay. but first of all, I wouldn't have picked on, his wife like that for the third time. You know what I mean? I kind of felt that. I kind of feel somebody's not getting it, or I'm going to be, picking bones with you. I'd rather mess with you first. But if you do come up on that stage, that's your ass, period. I mean, I'm known for, handling my own. So
you've had people run up on your stage?
No. Well, I have people, come up there, come on up here. Or want to fight me after the show. Yeah, come on.
Okay. Have you had someone actually try to fight you during a show?
Oh, yeah. A couple people. They never made it to the stage.
Security would get them?
Security was getting them, or I was about to smack them with the microphone. Or they sat down. Or they left.
But you've had people try to fight you afterwards as well?
Yeah, some people try to, we say it like that before. I'm like, well, I'm not on stage now.
You don't do stand-up?
I mean, I'm saying I'm not on stage now once you're at the club.
Right.
So,
I mean, listen, man, I've been to lots of comedy shows, especially in LA, and things get dicey out here.
Yeah.
I remember going, what was it? D. Ray Davis invited me to this one show, and one of the opening guys was like talking about one dude, and the guy's, motherfucker, A-Tray Crip, get down and lay down. He's like, the comedian was just like, well, okay, well, I'm sorry. Let's go on to a different topic.
Well, but they say that too. I would say I've been blessed not to, I've had that happen like after the show, like I'm in a comedy store, They handling out, my brother, and, he wasn't there. I'm taking up, hosting night for him, and they getting a little too noisy in the corner, and they holler out some stuff, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I have Big Shorty, you got security. Mm-hmm. Some people just do it, I think, to get a rise out of you. And because I'm, some people, they just want to see me heckle people. But when I take it too far, then it's like, okay, you didn't have to talk about me like that. But Chris, like you said, Chris has said exactly what it was. Chris is not a fighter.
No.
Chris is not a threat.
Right.
And would Will Smith have, thought differently if somebody else was up there that he knew?
Right. Like I used to... what was one of my biggest clips when I asked Michael Jai White what he would do? Will Smith had slapped him on stage. He was like, cut it out, Vlad. He was just like, his reaction was like, come on. If you were on stage and Will Smith...
Just stop it.
It's just not a conversation, is
It's like he's not even gonna come up there. He gonna wax on and wax off before he even get, because it was come on, the slap came so slow. I'm like, Chris, you didn't get out the way of the slap. You couldn't even,
Well, I don't think anyone was expecting this to happen. We're at the Oscars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey man.
He probably thought he's gonna go up there and maybe put his arm around him and talk some shit. Yeah, Vlad's part of the show.
And then when it didn't happen, you let him walk with his back to you, back off stage, not a foot in his ass.
Yeah, when I try to shove him down, jump on him, catch him with a little chokehold in the bag, throw the mic at him.
Anything.
Well, I mean, he ended his show with he said his parents taught him not to fight in front of white people, which is actually the same thing that Marlon Wayans said in his comedy show. It's funny how some of the same jokes were used by both comedians. I don't think the two of them got together and said, "Hey, let's use the same joke in our comedy shows." Like,
no. Well, I mean, it's happened. So comedians have different takes on what they would have done, and they're from they're all from New York.
Right.
Yeah, so, but my parents never told me don't fight in front of white people. Just don't get your ass whooped. Don't be disrespected for nobody. That's what would have happened right there. Yeah. No, they got the right guy for the Oscars because he's very professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been, he'd had to call Charlie Mack and everybody out the back.
Yeah.
Period. And they all good. Will's a Libra. He had a moment. Yeah, I'm a Libra. So it's like, and there's nothing in life that has him, tag to any of those moments where he's lost it. He's always been the nicest guy everywhere. I mean, every time I've ever met him, the energy, the people, he's, so he had a point.
Yeah,